Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today, I am actually happy to report of a good thing that Doordash did. I know, right? That's coming from me. It's really saying a lot. So, what did they do? DoorDash will start punishing McDonald's restaurants for slow service and order mistakes, report says. Oh man, I'm just saying, there was one McDonald's around here. I know this is something that's been a big problem across the board, but there was one particular McDonald's around here that really got to me. They really knew how to piss me off. I ended up going there. I went up to the counter just like you're supposed to. I say picking up for DoorDash. The lady makes eye contact with me. And then just starts aimlessly looking for something. I look to the manager, say the same thing, picking up for DoorDash. She starts aimlessly looking for something too. And at some point, I just make a big noise saying, picking up for DoorDash? She's like, all right, just give it to him. What's the number? It was like their intention was to ignore me. It's this number and it's right there. It's the one right across the counter from me. They take a second to look at it and they slowly hand it back to me. You see, it's that stuff that needs to be punished. It irks me to say DoorDash did the right thing here. They did a really good thing, and I'm gonna give a little critique afterwards. You gotta give credit where credit is due, and let's talk about what's happening in this story. Delivery service, DoorDash and McDonald's have negotiated new contracts resulting in lower overall fees for the fast food chain. But the new deal will also see increased fees for franchises struggling to provide quick service. It's not really a struggle. It feels like intentional ignorance at some times. Like, they will do everything in their power to not acknowledge the fact that you have a heartbeat. They will make eye contact with you for like a literal second, and then they will just ignore the fact that you have a heartbeat. I get it to a point, like they're getting paid minimum wage to overworked and underpaid. I get that, but that doesn't mean we should be mistreated, and I feel like all gig workers have this social stigma. I'm glad that DoorDash is finally doing something about McDonald's. DoorDash, which makes money in part by charging restaurants commission fees and consumer service fees, is lowering the base commission McDonald's pays on non-subscriber orders from 15.5% to 11.6%, according to the report. But McDonald's franchises that delay DoorDash drivers will get hit with a higher commission fee up to 17.6% for regular consumers and 20.1% on orders from Dash Pass from subscribers. WSJ reported restaurants that frequently mess up orders will have to eat the refund costs. Ooh, get wrecked! Oh man. I mean, it hurts us just like it hurts customers, but sometimes it feels like a lot of the slow service challenges are not even our fault. It's not even the merchant, like the cook's fault. It's the fault of people who don't want to actually do their jobs. Although I will say I'm glad that they're rewarding good behavior with less overall expenses. The ones that cause the most problems should be charged more, because that's kind of like a bad job tax. But on the other side of that, if you're doing a really good job, you can save money. And I also think this opens the door for McDonald's to actually start having a separate area for drivers. There was one place in New York that actually had a walk-up window, so that way if you go there after hours and there's a crazy drive-through, a driver can just walk up to the walk-up window, get the order, and leave. I thought that was genius. A spokesperson for McDonald's did not address the renegotiated contracts, but told Insider that the company considers delivery to be one of the largest growth engines of the McDonald's business globally. I think this is true across the board, not just for McDonald's. I don't want to say DoorDash is the main proponent to this, but they are the one with the most market share at this current time. Commission rates are just one component we consider when establishing these strategic agreements, which often take into account unique and reciprocal business objectives and allow our partners to capitalize on the unmatched advantages that a global partnership with the largest restaurant company in the world provides, the spokesperson said in an email to Insider. Around 93% of McDonald's locations around the globe are owned and operated by franchisees rather than the company itself. This army of independent business owners has allowed the Golden Arches to spread over 100 countries with a total of around 38,000 restaurants. it's kind of off topic, but I do want to say there is an actual movie talking all about how the McDonald's franchise actually grew as far as a company, because what's being said here is not the entire story. The movie's called The Founder. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's a phenomenal movie. Ray Kroc is a jerk, but I do believe you can learn a lot from what he has accomplished. I would say learn the skills, don't adopt the character. You know what I mean? McDonald's franchisees appreciate the relationship we enjoy with all of our delivery partners. Mark Salibra, the chairman of the National Franchisee Leadership Alliance, said in a statement sent to Insider, the fact that these long-term agreements are at their core designed to financially reward best-in-class service and operations is something that we can all be supportive and excited for. Doordash declined to comment on the confidential client contract terms reported in the WSJ. The fee structures for our merchant partnerships can vary by store or franchisee location, and in practice can be determined by a variety of factors including volume, average delivery distance, and value-added services, as well as operational performance and quality, a DoorDash spokesperson said in a statement sent to Insider. Any summary figure is highly misleading. Our platform's quality-based incentives help reduce Dasher wait times in order to maximize their earnings and boost customer retention and revenue for our merchant partners. Okay, that's just a whole bunch of nonsense right here. This is exactly DoorDash's playbook. First, they deny anything that could end up making them look bad, and then they try to say something that makes them look good, whether it's factual or infactual. Fee structures for our merchant partnerships can vary by store or franchisee location. This is only the case if the store or the franchisee is like McDonald's or something, a huge brand name. Anybody who's a small business will not be treated with such grace. That's just nonsense. So all of that statement is a complete lie. Here's the summary figure. You're pieces of garbage. Stop lying to people. The only thing that's semi-quality is the fact that you guys have the highest market share in comparison to everybody else. And that's not even through your own aggregators. That's from the white label service you provide to others. Most people don't even know they're getting a DoorDash driver when they order from, let's say, McDonald's app. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. I think DoorDash did a good thing by starting to punish restaurants for slow service and order mistakes. I know that they did this for smaller businesses where if they're missing an item, then they can lose the value of the entire order. But slow service, I don't think I've ever seen anybody get docked for that. Imagine if they started raising the rates for slow service in a nicer restaurant or like a Chinese place or a pizzeria. They won't want to work with DoorDash. There's only so much they could do. In McDonald's case, it was literally we were being ignored, and because of that, the customer was delayed a lot. I would love to see this be put on other franchises as well. Cheesecake Factory, for example. There's this one Cheesecake Factory that I went to down here in South Florida. There was one in New York that was giving me a hard time, but here in South Florida, there was one in Fort Lauderdale that really ticked me off. Basically, what they would do is say, if you don't like the wait time, then get the heck out. And they were deliberately mistreating Dashers. It's just sad that this is what we have resorted to. Do I think McDonald's should be punished for slow times? Yeah. Do I think other restaurants need to be punished for slow times? It depends on the circumstances. Order mistakes, they should definitely be charged for, but they should be charged for the item, not the entirety of the order. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.